it was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Abington-Avon High School in Abington, Illinois. It's TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, coverage of the A-Town Tornadoes and the BPC Spartans. Starting lineups being called out right now. Ezra Mason for BPC, one of the starters. Carter Allman, number 10. Dalton Strode, number 11. Dalton Huffman, number 24. Caden Palm, number 34, one of the starters as well. You see Sean Link out at the top of the key there, or top of the huddle. He is out tonight. I believe he has an ankle injury. And Dalton Yoakum is out with a calf injury. So Kellen Hook, number 3, starting for A-Town. Asa Stiegel, number 4. Drew Fouch, number 13. Weston Marler, number 21. CJ Pugh, number 24. A-Town moved up Jacob Hall to the varsity roster tonight. He'll be wearing number 20 if he gets in the contest. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us tonight here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, live from Abington-Avon High School in Abington, Illinois. There's the jump. It's going to be won by A-Town. BPC in a 1-2-2 zone to start things off. Three on the way, no good. Just about like that. As I was helping with the camera a little bit there, I apologize. First shot, no good in the game. Ezra Mason with it now. His layup's off the glass and off the rim, no good. Rebound goes to the Tornadoes. Down the floor comes Pugh with it. He comes to Fouch, who goes over to, no, that's not Stiegel. It is Hook with the basketball. There's a 3 on the way. It's short as well. 10-foot line, corner. Ezra Mason with it. On the dribble on the right side. Caden Palm up to Dalton Strode. Carter Allman with it now near side. Dalton Huffman sets the pick, goes out to Strode with it, does Allman. Strode tries to skip it across. It's stolen away by Stiegel. He's going to go back the other way. Caden Palm is there, tries to get the block. Hard foul. And was going to make sure he wasn't going to get the layup. Caden Palm, excuse me, gets the first foul. His first, team's first. Asa Stiegel at the free throw line. First one is good. Second one is good as well. Somehow we moved the scoreboard on you there, folks, and it's not updating, so we'll have to work on that. Shots off, no good again. Another foul on BPC. Drew Fouch is going to be shooting. Missed who that foul was on. It was on BPC, though. So I'm trying to get the scoreboard to work here, folks. BPC has 2 fouls. Tornadoes have 3 points. The first one was good by Fouch. Second one good as well. It rolls in. Spins around and rolls in. There we go. Now we're working. Carter Alleman with it. Just about like that. Looking, Ezra Mason was trying to find Dalton Huffman. He battles back and gets it back from a group of Tornadoes. Carter Alleman tries a 3. It's off, no good. Tipped out to Caden Palm. His jumper's off right, no good. Tipped to Carter Alleman. His shot's up. It's blocked, and they're going to call a foul. Possibly somebody on the opposite side, not the swing you saw from behind. It's going to be on Asa Stiegel. He was on the opposite side of Carter Alleman. Asa Stiegel is going to pick up his team's first. Carter Alleman is going to shoot 2, see if he can get the first points for BPC. He will make the first one. BPC's on the scoreboard, 5:21 to go here in the first quarter. Second one's good as well. 2 teams have shot 6 free throws. They're perfect from the free throw line, and the score is 4-2. See if they can break the streak from out in the field, and they do. C.J. Pugh hits the triple. And it's a 7-2 lead for the Tornadoes, who have been playing much better of late. Foul's going to be on Drew Fouch. It'll be his first, team second. BPC will have the basketball out of bounds. Carter Alleman to inbound for BPC. Goes backcourt to Ezra Mason as they set the offense up here. Caden Palm. The little runner is good, and he has the Spartans' first field goal of the game. Pugh pump fakes, puts the shot up on the second attempt, and then I do believe Fouch is going to pick up foul number 2. Foul is on Drew Fouch, his second, team's third. And the Tornadoes going to set up the full court press as Fouch takes the seat with 4:36 to go here in quarter number 1. Palm gets it in and then gives it back to Alleman. Ezra Mason, guarded by Hook, hesitates and then goes to the basket. Ezra Mason gets the layup, his first bucket, and it's a 1-point game. 7-6. Marler lost the ball, but it went right to a teammate. 3 on the way by Carter Redfern. And back to a 4-point lead for the Tornadoes. Mason again running. That time he went right, threw it up with a left-handed shot, and it did not go in. Ball was rebounded by Huffman, stripped away by Asa Stiegel. Now down in the corner it goes. Back to Stiegel now up top. He drives, pulls up, about 12-foot jumper. Good for Asa Stiegel. He's got 4 to lead all scorers. Largest lead of the game at 6, 12-6. 3:30 remaining in the first quarter. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Three on the way by Dalton Stroh. Dalton Strode hits a triple. Cuts the lead in half. Now Hook brings it across for the Tornadoes. Left side it goes to Redfern. Pugh with it now. Back to Redfern. Left side Hook for three. It's long. Rebound Dalton Strode. 2:40 remaining. BPC a chance to tie, cut it to one. Caden Palm with it now on the downcourt pass from Alleman. And Ezra Mason backs it out, sets up the offense. Dalton Strode now looks at the long three, doesn't take it, gives it to Caden Palm instead. 2:25 remaining first quarter. Dalton Strode looks at another one. Rockets a pass down to Dalton Huffman, and they're going to give BPC a timeout as Dalton Huffman hustling down on the floor to get the ball. It's a 30-second timeout charged to BPC. It'll be their first timeout of the game. This game is being brought to you tonight by Rosie's Pizza. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and, of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. And a community news brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief weekly edition mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions downloaded from their website. All of this for a small, near $50 bill. Single copies can be purchased as well at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, and Macomb. So we're going to inbound it now after the BPC timeout. Great hustle by Dalton Huffman to get the ball back, and BPC still down one possession here if it's a three, and they're going to call Hook for the foul out top as he was getting a little handsy. They let it go for a little bit, and finally the official said, "I've had enough," and called the foul on Kellen Hook. It's his first, team's third. Scratch that, team's fourth. BPC's got two. I put that in the wrong spot. My apologies. Jalen Conley in the ball game for BPC. He replaced Dalton Huffman. Ball tipped by Palm. Jumper rattles around and falls through for Drew Anderson, who is in the game. He gets his first two. Back to a 5-point lead. Conley now up to the point for BPC. Live chat's open. Hop in there. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. This was a unexpected game. I do understand that. Conley's going to get called for the travel as he took a step after stopping his dribble to try to get position to shoot. Three on the way. Hook, long, rebounded down low by Marler, and he gets his first two. It's now a 7-point lead, which is the largest lead of the game thus far. Ezra Mason on the dribble. He had a reverse layup if he wanted to take it, threw it away instead, and then he's going to pick up the foul. Unofficially his first, team's third. Redfern gives it off to Hook as they set up box, you might have heard. Not sure what that play is, but we'll find out momentarily. Hook with it. Going to come up top to Anderson, and a timeout's going to be called by the Tornadoes. It'll be their first timeout, and it is also a 30-second timeout. They'll have 3 fulls and a 30 left, just like BPC. 10.5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Tornadoes lead 16-9 over the Spartans. There was the first horn. If you would like this stream, share it if you would. I think there's a lot of people don't even realize these two teams are playing tonight. We're trying to, as I speak, share it on Facebook as well. So hop on there and share it on whatever local form of. Oh, that rattled around and fell through, or fell off, excuse me, as Hook had a pretty good look at the buzzer. The end of quarter number one, it's 16-9. The Tornadoes lead the Spartans. As I was saying, share this link if you would. Like and subscribe to the page as well. And let people know we're watching today. We'll take a break, and we'll be back here for the second quarter live from Abington-Avon High School in Abington, Illinois, right after this.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And we are back. Second quarter action getting ready to start. 4 fouls to 3. BPC has 3. Tornadoes have 4. Oh, I forgot this one doesn't do. I don't have to do that on this one. I apologize, folks. 16-9 as we start the second quarter. It is BPC's basketball, but they lost it just that quickly, and that might have been a travel by Asa Stiegel. And Tanner Kleindenst, I believe, is going to pick up the foul as he's in the ball game. Osmond Perelku is in the game as well. Braden Barker is in there. Tanner Kleindenst gets the foul. Team foul number 4. Asa Stiegel shooting 2 free throws. He missed the first one. He was 2 for 2 in his first trip to the line. Made the second. 8-point lead. Barker with it. Skips across to Osmond Perelku, who threw it away, trying to get it down to Tanner Kleindenst. Up top it comes to Anderson, now to Stiegel. Nearly traveled, gives it off to Hook. Into Stiegel. Stiegel now at the baseline of the volleyball court. Now Redfern's going to do a little one-handed floater. Conley gets the rebound on the miss and pushes it back the other way as we're underway here in second quarter action. Conley's going to skip it across to Strode. Strode continues to drive, throws up the shot, gets it to fall. Dalton Strode gets his 5th point. First point in quite some time for BPC. It had been a 5-0 run. Shot was off. Back the other way it comes. BPC. Strode's going to loft up a triple. That's off. Nearly banked it in. Stiegel with a long rebound. It's kicked around on the floor. And they're going to call a foul on Conley, I believe. Nope, they're going to call a jump ball. It's going to go to Abington. He got away with one there. I thought sure that was going to be a foul the way he piled on. Yeah, there's some not happy Abington fans after that one, folks. I guarantee it. You can hear them probably yelling a little bit in the background. Hook with it on the dribble. Chance to build on a 6-point lead. Conley a steal. And Kellen Hook is going to pick up his second foul, team's 5th. .5:56 remaining. If you are not familiar, folks, if you happen to be watching from outside the area or something, this rivalry has been a heated one for years. Oh, Kleindense down to Barker. His shot's good. Braden Barker gets 2. Kick called. Ball stays with A-Town. But what I was saying, it's a very heated rivalry. There's been numerous fans kicked out of games against BPC and Abington. There's games stopped for fighting. I actually was broadcasting that on WLMD back in the day. Here's a shot by Stiegel, no good. BPC a chance to cut it to a one-possession game here. They had trailed by 8 earlier in the quarter. Man, lackadaisical passes for BPC and active hands and good movement defensively for the Tornadoes. Stiegel now cutting without the basketball. He's going to get called for a travel. And it's going to be 5 minutes remaining. Possession back to BPC. Conley on the dribble. Back and forth between his legs. I'm not real sure what that was about, but walked it up the whole time. Osmond Perelko, another pass tipped away, and it's going to stay with BPC, though. And I can't imagine that Coach Snyder is very pleased with the passing effort of his squad today thus far. The Tornadoes having something to do with that, as they are very active on the defensive end of the floor, but moving without the basketball well on the offensive end as well. And then another forced up shot. Fouls and battling everywhere. Now a pass tip, but it went right to Marler. He gets the bucket and a foul. He'll have an old-fashioned three-point play attempt coming. We'll see who the foul's on. Fouls on Osmond Perelko, his first, team's 5th. 4:28 to go here in the first half. And rattles it through does Weston Marler. It's 20-13, and just like that, BPC had a chance to cut it to one-possession game. Now it is back up to a 7-point lead. Caden Palm with it, who's back in the game. Carter Alleman gives it to Conley. Conley pull-up jumper free throw line, long. Rebound to Marler. Hook gives it to Anderson. Back to, that's Redfern. Pugh to Stiegel. Stiegel goes to the rack, puts the shot up. Partially blocked by Barker, I believe. Under 4 minutes to go in the quarter now, and BPC has the basketball. 3:45 remaining. Caden Palm for 3. It's off right, bounces back left, and Redfern gets the rebound. And back the other way the Tornadoes go. Tell how old I am. I have a struggle with the Commandos Tornadoes. It rhymes it's too close to the same thing. Pugh's jumper's off, no good. Ball tipped around. Ezra Mason comes down with it. Back the other way, BPC goes now. He goes right to the hack, and he's going to get called for a travel. That's a good call. Stepped left, stepped right, and then stepped through. And when I went to school, 1, 2, and 3 was a travel. Dalton Strode back in the game. Now Anderson's going to dump it in the corner. Marler gives it to Redfern. Down the corner, Stiegel left side. Pugh with it up top. Now Anderson looks into Marler. He has it knocked away. Conley comes up with it for BPC. Fouls on the floor. I believe they're going to call it on Anderson. We'll wait and see. It is on Dre Anderson, his first, team sixth. BPC will be in the bonus the rest of the way. 2:58 remaining. Conley into Palm, turn around, off right, left it short. Alleman with the rebound, gets it out to Strode. Corner Palm three, off no good. Strode with the rebound, throws it back to Alleman. Up top to Ezra Mason, 2:40 remaining. Another pass. BPC needs to learn what the bounce pass is. That wasn't quite what I was talking about. Strode was going cross courts to Caden Palm. Didn't get it there. 20-13 is the score. Tornadoes lead the Spartans. Pugh down low. Redfern, his shot's off no good. Mason with the rebound. Marler comes and rips it away from him. And Marler gets the bucket. He's got 5 in a quarter, 7 in a game. And that's going to be a 9-point lead, which makes it the largest of the game. They haven't been to double digits yet. Conley pulls up long 2, off no good. BPC is struggling. They couldn't hit the proverbial side of a barn at this point, it doesn't feel like, as they are struggling from the field. Mason goes to the rack. His shot's off no good, but Dre Anderson's going to pick up his second foul. That'll be team foul number 7. Ezra Mason's going to be shooting 2 free throws. 1:42 to go here in the quarter. Once again, forget our live chat is open. Hop in. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. First free throw's off no good. Dalton Huffman checking back in for BPC. Conley takes a seat. Mason's next free throw is short, but it rolled over the front, got a little shooter's touch on it. And gets a point for BPC. 1:35 remaining. Pugh's going to drive, skips it out. 3 on the way is long. That was Anderson with the shot. BPC back the other way, trailing by 8. Alleman, Mason. That was pretty close to a travel. It looked weird. I don't think he actually traveled, but it sure looked weird as Alleman caught it in mid-flight from an NBA 3 for Dalton Strode. He's got 8. BPC. Now, Palm with the steal. Missed the layup. Strode with the rebound. He puts it back up and in. (22-19). Back down to 3 as we're under a minute to go. 48 seconds remaining. Stiegel with it. Anderson. Caden Palm playing the point on the 1-2-2, and he's got some long arms. Pugh drives baseline, dumps it down as nobody drops to cut the cutter off, and Redfern gets the bucket. He's got 5. 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Caden Palm with it, 10 seconds remaining. Gets it out to Dalton Strode, 8 seconds remaining. Gonna have to do something with it here. Not getting a very good look. Ezra Mason tosses it up and counted at the buzzer. Ezra Mason gets a 3 for BPC at the buzzer, and it may not have been the best look, but it fell for Ezra Mason. And BPC, who trailed by 9, just about 2 minutes left in the quarter, has cut it to 2 at the half here at Abington Avon High School. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with the second half here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
All right, welcome back. We're here now with Wanda Foster, the Vice President of Nursing and Clinical Administration. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Well, what we're going to talk about today is some of the opportunities that are available at MDH for students, whether they be high school students, Spoon River College students, or Western students. MDH has a lot of opportunities to be involved and to learn, right?
We absolutely do. And we look so forward to having students here. We are a clinical site for Western Illinois University and their bachelor's program for nursing, as well as for Spoon River College nursing students and others that are doing some independent study. We welcome students, and we also encourage high school students. If you would like to learn more about nursing, we would love to meet with you. And there are opportunities at the hospital also where they can apply for jobs here, for positions. So we work closely with our nursing students, and we hope to recruit them and attract them and want to come back.
I know that publicly there's been a shortcoming or a shortage of nurses, right? And I know that every hospital and every nursing home and every clinical place period is searching for nurses. So how important is it for MDH to have these groups work with them, whether it be MDH or be Spoon River College or whatever the case may be? How important is it for MDH to then recruit those nurses to stay here and work as a profession?
It's very important. We want nursing students to feel very comfortable here, to enjoy their clinical experience and their opportunities here, and then we want them to feel very comfortable, to give them a good orientation. We hire new graduates, of course, into our acute care area as well as the intensive care unit. We hire new graduates in the emergency room, in home health and hospice, in our OB department, and our surgery department. These are all areas that new graduates can come into. We certainly give them a robust orientation. No one starts on their own until they feel completely ready. They have a mentor certainly with them, and we want to give them the best start for success that we can. And then there are many areas of specialty they can choose to go into. Nursing is a very unique field. You can work full-time, you can work part-time if you need to take time off for some reason. It's a field that you can kind of step into a little bit more than maybe some other fields in healthcare. We also have scholarships available through our auxiliary, through the hospital, and then once someone is an employee here, we do have some tuition reimbursement. So we will certainly help with that.
And going back to the scholarships and the shortages that are across the board, not necessarily at MDH, but everywhere. Right? So everywhere. This is a profession that you can make a good living at and be pretty sure to have a job, right? So
absolutely.
This is a profession that high schoolers that are playing these sporting events or high schoolers that are watching these sporting events should consider, I would imagine.
Yes, very much so. You will always be assured to have a job, a career in nursing. I hate to call it just a job because you really want someone on that career path who has that passion for caring for people, for providing nursing care. Through your education and through your orientation, we can teach you your skill set. But if you have that passion and the desire to be in the nursing profession, you will do fine.
Yeah, a career and a job while they might be listed as the same thing, they're really not, correct? I mean, if your career is being a nurse, you're probably going to enjoy it a lot more than if it's a job, right?
That's right. And you don't go into it first and foremost for the money. You go into it because that's what you want to do with your life, and the money certainly will follow.
Yeah, and that goes for anything probably,
Yes.
but the nice thing is right now, whether the money's good or bad, there's always going to be a job.
There will.
If you can get through the schooling and you can learn to love what you're doing, there's always going to be a job for you, right?
And it's not something for high school graduates exclusively. We have many people who have made changes midlife. We have people who have retired from their career in one thing and have chosen to go into nursing. So it's open for any age, and we certainly welcome that.
And you mentioned there's different areas of expertise for nurses. People think of that for doctors, but it's really that same way for nurses, right? I mean, you can be a surgical nurse and really become a great surgical nurse, or you can become a great ICU nurse, or you can do all those things.
Yes.
But if you really want to focus on something, or be at OB, which you guys have a great OB department here, if that's what you want your focus to be and you really love working with expected and new mothers and young babies, you can do that, right?
You can do that. We also have positions in our MDH physician clinic practices as well. And if you are in nursing and you can choose to specialize in a certain department, you can choose to go on and be a director or a clinical care coordinator. You can go back to school and become a nurse practitioner, become a certified registered nurse anesthetist. You can go many different directions and really as high as to whatever extent in your education you would like to pursue.
Well, Wanda, thanks for coming and talking to us. We greatly appreciate it. I know that there's probably specific places within MDH that they can reach out to, correct? Is there somewhere that they need to call if they're interested?
I would call
in
our human resource department and start there, and then they can help direct and guide you. They can tell you about openings that we currently have. All of our current positions are listed on our MDH website, www.mdh.org. But certainly any positions for high school students, if they would like to start somewhere within the organization or volunteer experience, reach out to Human Resources and they can help direct you.
Well, again, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
I chose MDH. We moved here and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
And welcome back to Abington Avon High School in Abington, Illinois. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, coverage of BPC and A-Town Sports. Looking at the stats for the first half unofficially. Game high, 10 points in the first half for Dalton Strode, a couple threes and a couple twos. 6 points for Ezra Mason, including the triple at the buzzer to cut the lead to 2 for the Tornadoes. 2 points for Carter Alleman, 2 points for Caden Palm, and 2 points for Braden Barker. For the Tornadoes, 5 points for Asa Stiegel. He is 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 5 points for Carter Redfern. 2 points for Dre Anderson, 2 points for Drew Fouch, who's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 7 points for Weston Marler, who had 5 in the second quarter, and 3 points for C.J. Pugh. As we're underway here in the second half, BPC a chance to tie or take the lead, and they take the lead on a triple by Ezra Mason, and BPC leads for the first time tonight. 25-22, just underway into third quarter. As for whatever reason, our score, there we go, wasn't updating. 7:15 remaining, quarter number 3. BPC leads for the first time, 25-24, and the Tornadoes looking to answer here as it goes down the corner to Pugh. He hit a triple from the right corner in the first half. Marler gives it to Hook. Hook to Fouch, excuse me, who's back in the game, playing with 2 fouls. He sat down about 4 minutes into the first quarter, did not play the rest of the first half as he picked up those 2 quick fouls. Stiegel with it. Cuts like a knife through hot butter into the lane and gets a bucket. And Stiegel gets 2 more. BPC trailing by 1. And loses it. Back the other way it comes, and Ezra Mason gives BPC the lead. Three lead changes here in the second half already, and we're just 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the third quarter. Hook backs out. Pugh back to Hook. Top of the key, actually out extended past the 10-foot line. Pugh left side wide open 3. Nailed it, and Caden Palm is going to get called for the foul. The basket is good. A new fashioned 4-point play coming here for C.J. Pugh. Missed the free throw, though. Dalton Strode with it. Gives it to Carter Alleman. Strode tried to take the lead back for BPC. Missed the shot. Pugh and Caden Palm hit heads. Ball's lost out of bounds. Palm gets it all the way near half court. Now he's going to set up the offense. Palm's going to put up the shot. Then a big push out by Pugh as those two are battling hard. Palm and Pugh are going at it here. As you can hear the fans maybe in the background. Pugh's going to answer with a 3. It's good. C.J. Pugh. Now they're going to call Dalton Strode for a offensive foul. Be his first, team's first of the second half. (32-27). Jalen Conley back in the ball game. Hook. It goes down to Fouch, and Fouch gets another bucket. Actually, his first bucket, he had 2 free throws earlier. And it's up to a 7-point lead. Mason now is going to drive, and the officials trying to take control of this. Pugh's going to get a foul there. His first, team's second. Team's first, excuse me. His BPC's got 2. Shot no good. Dalton Huffman with the rebound. Kicks it out to Strode for three. It's off, no good. Little push off by Carter. Allman couldn't get it. It's going to go to Hook. Hook's going to drive to the basket. Puts up the shot, and they're going to call Conley for the foul. And the BPC fans don't like that, but he probably did lean in a little bit. He made some contact that was with the body, not his arms. But just because you hold your arms up doesn't mean it's not a foul. So Hook is at the free throw line. Kellen Hook shooting his first free throws, trying to get his first points of the game. He hits the first. BPC led this 27-26. It is a 9-0 run here, as the second one was no good. 35-27 is an 8-point lead for the Tornadoes. Conley with it. Top to Mason again. 3:30 remaining in the third quarter. Little hip check in the middle of the lane by Jalen Conley. He's guarded by Hook. Conley shot up off, no good. He's going to be fouled. Might be Fouch, unfortunately. That'll be his third if it is. It is on Fouch. He picks up his third. Team's second of the half. Jalen Conley shooting 2 free throws for BPC. Missed the first. Marler back in, Fouch back out for the Tornadoes. Missed the second one. Stiegel had the rebound, lost it to Marler, who gives it back to Stiegel, and back the other way they come with it. 3:10 remaining. Down corner, Pugh doesn't take the three, but he sure could have. He's going to skip it up to Stiegel as we approach the 3-minute mark of quarter number 3. Pugh into Marler. Marler has it stripped away by Huffman, but he got it back, fought for it. Now it's going to be Redfern, dumps it to Stiegel. Stiegel's left-handed layup off, no good. Jump ball is going to be called. It'll be possession to Abington. Dre Anderson checking in for the Tornadoes. Redfern's going to take a seat. Tanner Kleindent's checking in for BPC. Dalton Huffman will take a seat. 2:49 to go here in the third quarter. It's a 9-0 run currently for the Tornadoes. That shot's hard off the back iron, no good. Pugh gets the rebound, gives it to Marler. Stiegel, left side, it comes to Hook. Back up Stiegel. Back to Hook, left side. He'll try the triple. Nailed it. Make it a 12-0 run for the Tornadoes. Kellen Hook's going to get called for the foul. His third, team's third. And this game is turning into the usual BPC Abington Avon's duel here. Allman having a hard time getting it in, finally gets it to Mason. Very physical here in the second half. 2:20 remaining. Mason for three, it's long. Rebound by Strode. Put an arm bar on Marler. Jumper right elbow off, no good. Rebound to Redfern as it went over the top of Tanner Kleindentz. 2 minutes remaining. Up top to Redfern. Out it goes to Pugh. He's open. Three. Good. CJ Pugh. Another three. His third of the quarter. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Stiegel. That'll be his second, team's fourth. Make that their third, my bad. Ezra Mason breaks the scoreless streak. at 12, a 12-0 run. Make it a 14-0 run as Mason hits them both. Tanner Kleindense is going to get a foul call again, I believe. It's actually a 15-0 run. It is on Tanner Kleindense, his second. Team's fourth. They do have both teams with 4 now, I was right. Pugh at the free throw line. I do believe that's who that is. It is Pugh. He hit them both. .120 remaining. Into Kleindense it goes. He puts the shot up hard off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in. Tanner Kleindense gets his first 2. Stiegel off, no good. And 4 red jerseys around the ball, and Marlar comes up with it for A-Town. And a timeout's going to be called. We had Tornado timeout, a full 60-second timeout. They'll have 2 fulls and a 30 remaining. This game being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital's athletic trainers and MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. And Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road near or far and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. Second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop in and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City or call 309-775-3333. And M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mnbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. And Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking as well as home and agricultural lending. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or the drive-up facility on Cole Street in Bushnell to learn more. Stiegel with it. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Redfern. Stiegel. Over to Pugh, who's had a huge third quarter. Stiegel against Alleman. Gives it back to Pugh now. Pugh's going to drive. Nearly had it swiped away. Does have it stolen on the pass attempt by Conley. And Pugh's going to pick up the foul. Anderson grabs him to hold him up, ideally. Pugh's going to pick up his second, team's fifth. Alleman to inbound with 33.5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Janet Lentini is watching tonight. Thanks for joining us, Janet. Going solo in the live chat right now, so hop in there and don't let her feel alone. Tanner Kleindense, bank shot off, no good. Rebound, Stiegel with 21 seconds remaining. Redfern gets it across, 15 seconds left now. Chance to build on a 12-point lead for the Tornadoes. Redfern pulls up, left-handed jumper, good. The bank shot is good for Redfern, and he gets his first 2 of the quarter, and it's 45-31. And that long three is off, no good, and BPC trails the Tornadoes 45-31 here at the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH in just a minute or so.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back. Final quarter of action coming your way here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 3 timeouts remaining for the Tornadoes, 4 for BPC, and I have that backwards. Took it off the wrong side earlier. Mason, as BPC starts the quarter with the basketball. Jalen Conley now. Goes to the rack, shot off, no good. Kleindienst the rebound to put back. It's off, no good. Stiegel with the rebound. And Barker is going to get it called for the reach, I do believe. It is going to be on Barker. Barker will pick up his first, team's 5th. Let's get fourth quarter action here from BPC High School, or from Abington High School, excuse me, BPC and A-Town. And Pugh switched his pivot feed, it would appear, according to the official. Pugh scored 11 points in the third quarter. He's got 14 in the game. 45-31 the score. BPC led 27-26. A 3 on the way, counted, and for the second time tonight, we've got a shot at a 4-point play, and it's going to be Caden Palm this time. The basket is good. Fouls. Pugh picked up the foul. Team 6th. 3-pointer good for BPC. Caden Palm. What are we going to talk about here? This is the second 4-point play attempt. Pugh had one in the third quarter. He did not make the free throw. We'll see if Caden Palm can. He barely did, but it rolled around and fell through. Caden Palm completes the 4-point play, and that makes that possession huge for BPC as they now trail by 9. Or by 10, excuse me, 45-35. Stiegel. Down baseline to Pugh. Back to Stiegel. Up to Hook. No hurry here if you're the Tornadoes. You lead by 10, 6:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. Tornadoes with the basketball. It comes to Fouch, who's back in. He's played sparingly. He picks up fouls every time he comes in a game tonight. The officials just have his number, so to speak. Fouch gives it off to Pugh. Pugh, oh, what a ball movement down to Marler, but he pulls out. Now Pugh for 3. It's off, no good. Rebound to Caden Palm. 6:25 remaining. Fourth quarter. Osmond Perelku is in the game for BPC with the basketball. Right side it goes to Conley. Conley drives. 12-foot, backs it out to Perelku left side. Outside the three-point line. Gives it to Conley. Conley now back step 3. Off, no good. Rebound. Somebody's got to get a foul there, and who are they going to call it on? 20 or 40? Going to call it on 20. Tanner Kleindienst, his third. Team's 6th. Both teams have 6 now. 6 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Redfern drives on Barker, kicks it out to Hook. Perelku is going to reach around and get a foul to be 1 in bonus. It's going to be Perelku's second, team's 7th. Kellen Hook at the free throw line to shoot the 1 in bonus. First free throw's good. He'll get the bonus. Mason for 3. It's long. What are we going to call here? I think Conley's going to get called for the push. Nope, it's going to be on Barker. Barker's going to get called for the push. It'll be his second. Team's 8th. Allman checking in. Barker checking out. Stiegel at the free throw line for the 1 in bonus. He makes the first, he'll get the bonus. He gets the second as well. Shot off, no good. Approaching the 5-minute mark here, 48-35. Stiegel with the layup attempt won't fall. Perelku, silly pass, trying to get down the floor way too far. Too much white jerseys down there. Hook lofts one up and it goes in. Velvet Powell, thanks for hopping on. Conley, I think, is going to get the bucket to fall, and Hook's going to pick up the foul. It is on Hook. That'll be 4 on Hook unofficially. Team foul number 7. Basket was good for Jalen Conley. He'll get an old-fashioned three-point play attempt here. BPC down by 13. Hi, Benji and Velvet. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Free throw no good. Tipped around. Dalton Strode lofts up the tray after getting away with the foul, and he's going to bury it. Dalton Strode gets the triple. BPC's cut it back to 10 with 4:10 remaining. Stiegel, right side Marler now. 4 minutes left, halfway through quarter number 4. Been a game of runs. Down low, nobody down there on Hook, and he missed the wide open shot. Perelku with the rebound, pushes it back the other way. BPC has to make every possession count here, and he turns it over. But then Dalton Strode had it, but then he still turns it over to Marler, and Marler gets the layup to fall. Conley goes to the basket. His shot's off, no good. 3:25 remaining. BPC has struggled from the floor tonight. And good defense, pretty good rebounding, and great shooting for the Tornadoes. And Ezra Mason is going to pick up the foul. It'll be his second, team's 9th. Marler shooting 2 here. First one is good. Perelko goes out. Huffman comes in for BPC. Free throw out the front of the rim, no good. Huffman gets the rebound. Approaching the 3-minute mark now. Mason with it. Allman looks at three, doesn't take it. Dumps it out to Mason. Mason drives baseline. Puts up the reverse layup, but he steps on the baseline first. Turnover. Possession to A-Town. 2:53 remaining. Hook goes right around Huffman on the dribble on a man pressure. Down low it goes to Fouch. Stiegel now, 2:35. Little Euro step and an easy layup, and nobody comes to help on defense for BPC, and Stiegel gets another two. 55-40, back to a 15-point lead. Alleman's going to try to answer with a three. It's short off the front of the rim. Stiegel, long rebound at the three-point line. And the Spartans struggling here tonight, and the Tornadoes taking full advantage in this Prairie Land Conference matchup that was rescheduled. And then Marlar, a little hook shot, gets the bucket to fall. Largest lead of the game. Foul on the floor. Who are we going to call this on? Let's see. A call on Redfern. Redfern gets the foul call. His first, team's eighth, one in bonus for Jalen Conley. He's 1 or 2 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. Missed the back end of an old-fashioned three-point play a few seconds ago, and he missed the front end of the one in bonus right there. 2 minutes remaining. Conley's going to pick up the foul. It'll be his second, team's 10th. Subs coming in. Barker's coming in. Gavin Pimble coming in for BPC. Also coming in for BPC, Peyton Mason, number 35. Drew Fouch shooting double bonus here. First one's good. Perelko coming back in. Mason taking a seat. Kleinden's coming back in. Huffman taking a seat for BPC with 1:49 remaining. Second free throw coming for Drew Fouch. BPC, just like the third quarter, BPC took a lead and then faltered at the end of the quarter. They cut the lead to 10 with the basketball here in the fourth quarter and then faltered again, and it's up to an 18-point lead, largest lead of the game. Pimble to Peyton Mason. Down low to Kleindentz. Turn around. Off no good. Foul's called. Tanner Kleindentz is going to be shooting 2 free throws. Stiegel picks up the foul. His third. Team's 9th. Got blood on the floor. You got 4 on the floor, excuse me. I didn't see anybody get hurt, but might have been missing something there. Tanner Kleindentz shooting 2 free throws. We got subs in. I'll tell you who those are in just a second. First free throw by Kleindentz, off no good. On the floor for the Tornadoes, number 2, Dawson Fenton. Number 15 is Kyle McVeigh. Fouch is still out there. Also, Jacob Hall, number 20, who was moved up to the varsity squad for today's game, is out there. He goes to Fenton, I believe that is over there. Numbers are so small. Or I'm just blind. It could be either one or both. Fenton with it. Back to Jacob Hall. Over to Fenton. Looks at the three, doesn't take it, backs it out, gives it to Fouch. 1:05 remaining. Anderson with it now. As he tried to give it to Hall. Hall had just kind of stepped back a little bit, and Anderson threw it ahead of him, and he just couldn't get back to it. A turnover with 1:01 remaining. This one's pretty much over. It's all a matter of what the final score is going to be, as I didn't put Tanner Kleindentz's second free throw up. Travel called on BPC. It'll be Tornadoes basketball. Anderson brings it up the floor. That was McVeigh. Now to Hall. Anderson looking down to McVeigh. Gets it down to him. Fouch puts up the shot. It's off, no good. McVeigh with the rebound. He's blocked by Kleindentz. Barker goes on the floor. Barker, a little fake throw to the face. Three on the way, off, no good. That was Gavin Pimble over there with the shot. Under 5 seconds to go. Jacob Hall with it. And that's how it's going to end. 58-41 is the final. So that'll do it for tonight from A-Town, as the A-Town Tornadoes get a 58-41 win over BPC. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, with some final stats in just a few moments.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told them about the staff of MDH. You know, they're all good. You get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
And welcome back to A-Town High School in Abington, Illinois. BPC and the A-Town Tornadoes. A-Town Tornadoes get a 58-41 win here in Prairieland Conference action. Looking at some stats for BPC. Team high 13 for Dalton Strode, 10 for Ezra Mason. He was 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Jalen Conley finished with 4 points, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Carter Alleman, 2 points, both from the free throw line. Tanner Kleindentz finished with 3 points, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Caden Palm had 6 points. He was 1 of 1 from the free throw line with a 4-point play. And Braden Barker finished with 2 points. BPC was 8 of 12 from the charity stripe. For the Tornadoes, Kellen Hook, well, let's go with the game high 14 points for CJ Pugh. He finished 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Oddly enough, everything was from behind the arc except for free throws. He was 2 of 3 from the free throw line. And the only free throw that he missed was one to complete a 4-point play that he was not able to finish. Funny thing there is Pugh was fouled by Palm, and then Palm was fouled for his 4-point play after that. So 12 points for Weston Marler. He had 7 at the half. He got 5 in the fourth quarter. He was 2 of 3 from the free throw line. 11 points for Asa Stiegel, 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. 7 points for Carter Redfern. 5 points for Drew Fouch, who was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 3 points for Kellen Hook, all from the free throw line, 3 of 4. Carter Redfern, I said, had 7. Dre Anderson had 2 points for the Tornadoes. They were 15 of 20 from the charity stripe. Game was tied, or actually BPC led at 27-26 before a 15-0 run that ended with a 41-27 at one point. BPC scored on an Ezra Mason free throw to stop that run. Ended up being a 19-4 run to end the third quarter, and that's pretty much where it ended. BPC opened the fourth quarter with a little bit of a run, cut it to 10, had the basketball, but then A-Town just played well all night long, shot well, rebounded pretty well, made their free throws, and you know the old saying goes, if you can make more free throws than the other team shoots, you're going to win most games, and they win tonight by 17 points, and they made 15 free throws compared to BPC shooting only 12. So that'll do it here tonight from Abington Avon High School. The Tornadoes get a win over BPC 58-41. We'll be back tomorrow with JV basketball for BPC and West Prairie playing each other. Saturday or Monday. And then Tuesday we have a whole bunch of games, so watch the ticker for that. Also pick up a Wednesday edition of Community News Brief. It has TSSR Tri-State Sports Report Bites in it. It has a full schedule of our broadcasting. What is not on that I didn't know about at the time was Tuesday added into all this. We're going to try to get a senior boys basket or senior wrestling meet covered at Macomb High on Tuesday as well. So a lot of stuff going on this week on TSSR Game Time Live. Thanks for joining us tonight. Again, the final 58-41. Tornadoes get a win over BPC. We'll talk to you again very soon. Thanks for watching.